Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. Jedi and Sith wield the Ashla and the Bogon. The light and the dark. He's the one in the middle. It's the Ben.
Hey, that's what they call me. I'm right there in the center. Gray, as you do. Mm-hmm. I'm holding this shit all together. It's Star Wars Rebels, baby. We're here. Finally. After years. Because Hank finally did the thing.
You could have told me it was good.
You son of a bitch. That's my line.
Only someone had told me.
Only someone had told me. Yeah. Full spoilers, by the way. All spoilers. Only spoilers, as a matter of fact. See, you've been spoiled already. It's good. Now you know. You don't have to find out.
I will say I don't get the rap on this show that season 1 is bad and then it gets good after that.
Yeah, that's probably
like I hear that from like every time I bring it up. It's like, oh yeah, season 1 was whatever, but then it gets good. I'm like, no, season 1 was good. Then season 2 is a little worse, and then it's better.
Yeah,
but season 1's good.
I think it's like the freaking trauma.
I just hate Ezra is just a hateable character for like the majority of the show. But like that's part of the charm. Like he's a shitty kid.
I think people are really just like they were so used to having to say that about Clone Wars. Like, oh, the beginning is bad. You have to suffer through it and all that shit. Then they come to a show that doesn't have that, but they're scared. So they just say it to everybody. Because I got the same shit when I was debating if I should watch it. Like, that was the whole thing even then.
It's that's the thing people say, and I just don't think it's true at all.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't recall disliking it. It's certainly not in the same vein as like Clone Wars. So I don't like. Maybe some people found it a little like season 1. They just personally didn't like as much, but it's not nearly.
Like I actually think the animation's really good. It's just I don't like how some of the characters look. Like I fucking hate how Ezra looks.
Yeah,
constantly like, through the whole thing. His hair tentacle is weird. His stupid face, but then they give him short hair, and the texture on it just looks like ass.
I need to know because you messaged me on like a week ago. You messaged me a week ago at 11:13 p.m. and you said, "I will say I'm sure Ezra is going to be an overpowered special boy, and I think it would be cooler if he weren't." Did that come true?
Kinda, and I think they threaded it fine.
Okay. Because I was gonna when you message that, I'm like, nah, he's gonna be so happy. But I'm like, I can't remember if they do like anything too in that vein.
Like he does. I mean, the issue ends. Spoilers for the very end of Rebels, right off the bat. He does disappear with the space whales at the end. That's not like not weird, overpowered. Like he does travel through time,
sure,
or whatever.
I guess, yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm satisfied. They didn't make him ridiculous.
Yeah.
They stopped. Which a weird thing. Like his animal powers, where he just like controls things. He just like speaks to animals. They stepped back from that, pushing it as hard.
Yeah.
And apparently Filoni never liked it. If you listen to the interviews, he was like he didn't think Ezra should have like special animal force powers. And I'm like, well, why was that the show you were making for like 2 years?
That's very funny.
If you didn't think he should have like unique force powers, like the way they honestly, like the way they completely pivoted is they fucking Kanan then gets like the coolest animal shit,
dude,
with the wolves.
Yeah, man, like they just give it all to him. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I
It is like why I feel like Ezra like just dies like or disappears from the world like a week after Kanan dies or whatever. Like it just feels so fast.
Yeah, dude, that Kanan though, like,
Like Kanan's a character. His season 1 design, it's ass. Then he gets blinded, and his design is goated. Like when he gets the full beard and the
Yeah,
mask
man.
with the little like butterfly eyes or whatever. That shit's so good.
yeah.
And then he gets his stupid haircut he makes for himself when he's gonna die. And Hera's like, I hate your haircut. And he's like, I didn't have a mirror.
Dude, I've watched his death scene so many fucking times, and it gets me every time. It's like a top, if not the top, like Star Wars scene, or one, probably not the top, but it's up there.
Pretty
for
good.
me. Like,
Pretty good.
it hits all the notes. It's emotionally impactful. It's a character that I give a fuck about. And it's cool as shit. He dies doing like something that's insane. Think about the ability it would take to hold back a fucking explosion like that. That's insane. So it hits the like powerful force demonstration note that I
But also
crave.
he dies.
But also he dies. So it's like, dude, real talk, he went out on top. Like, I love his fucking character, and he just gets to be great forever because like he's gone.
Yeah.
I can't
Really good.
I can't fucking find it anymore, and it's really bugging me. But I saw something about him getting his voice actor getting hired, and then like when they were planning his death, and like Disney didn't want that necessarily, and they like kind of strayed away from it for a while. But Kanan's voice actor was like super adamant that he had to die, like he has to die, which is so funny to me. Like
It is like so good for his character, but also I would have liked just more Kanan adventures. He was so good.
yeah, that's the thing, right?
I would have taken more Kanan. I mean, if the end was that character played by a different actor in live action, I don't want that.
No,
So
no.
honestly, it's good he died. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
there is a part of me that's like, I mean, they left me wanting more. It's like it's good.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of, look, I wanted the resolution for our ending, right? You have Ahsoka going to like she's gonna find Ezra or whatever. She's going off with Sabine, and like that's kind of what I almost wanted. Is like my ideal would be an animated show following Ahsoka and apparently Sabine. And that is just like the overarching thing is like they're trying to figure out where Ezra is or what happened and all that stuff. But they go on adventures along the way. Like that would have been rad.
Instead, there's the live action Ahsoka show.
Yeah, which
is
is not
Theoretically, that I think.
I don't know that it's that. It's
think
been
it
too
is.
long. It's been too long.
Her whole setup for that character is her looking for Thrawn, which is
Yeah.
her looking for Ezra.
Yeah.
I don't, and like all the rebel characters. I think Sabine is like the other main character in that show.
Yeah. I don't remember the intricacies. I remember the big, because I just read like the loose, like synopsis or whatever, right? So like I know vaguely what happens ish. But at this point, I just remember the things that I didn't like that I'm like, I don't want to watch. I don't care.
Sure. Like, I mean, the thing that hits is like they recast, all those characters are recast or whatever, except I guess Chopper is probably still Dave Filoni.
Imagine if it's not. You know what? We don't have to imagine. We can.
No, I'm sure it's still Dave Filoni.
You're sure, but let's find out.
I love when you can just actually tell what Chopper's saying. Like, it just says, uh-oh.
Yeah, it's still him. Just, you never fucking know.
No, I saw a clip.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
That was why I was like, oh, man, I guess I have to watch Ahsoka. Fucking Chopper's in it. Like, YouTube fed me some fucking clip.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, that's Chopper. Chopper goated. S plus tier character. He's just so good. Anytime when he shoves that, when they find that new droid and they're like, wow, this droid's great, and Chopper fucking shoves him out the airlock. It's like, fuck that guy. The fact that he's a fucking veteran of the Clone Wars.
Yeah. As, you know, many decorated droids.
Yeah. But also he's like Hera's dog. Like when they go to Hera's house and the fucking Y-Wing that he crashed in is there, and he's like in a fucking... He's just staring at it. He's like... Yeah, he has feelings about that thing. I also have to say, I love all the married couples in this show.
What other one is there?
So there's Kanan and Hera,
Of course.
which apparently some people don't know.
That's insane
believe
to
in.
me. That's insane. I was laughing every time you like hit me with a screenshot. You're like, just two bros hanging out. And it's like,
Yeah, no, I
it's-
heard, I discovered that there's like some subsection of the fans that's like, yeah, they weren't together. They were always, because they have like that weird, the way their dynamic works at the end, where it's like they haven't kissed in a while or whatever. People like took that as like they weren't a couple. It's like, no, they've just been busy.
Yeah.
But like, then playing it up is like these two bros, like every time they're just like casually like holding each other or whatever.
Yeah. Like,
Like
max
it's the way they
contact.
like actually physically interact, but it's not like a show, but they're not like talking about it.
Yeah.
It's just all of the physical acting. It's so funny to just joke. It's like these two bros broing out. Like,
It's so good, dude.
caressing
It's
each
so
other.
It's so fucking funny that
It's
people don't
it's
pick
just
up on it. I mean, I'm glad because,
But
like, as you mentioned, like,
it's
it's good that they're not
incredible.
just missing the gay relationships. Like, people
know.
can just miss any relationship.
It's true. Some people are just blind. So there's that one. Then there's Chopper and AP5. Oh, that's a great. When they add AP5 into the mix, that's a fucking top tier ad. It's like, oh, fucking, we got Dick R2D2. Now we got Dick C3PO. Incredible. There's that one episode. There's one episode where they're just fucking yelling at each other. Anything you could do, I could do better. Just at each other forever, and it just like cuts, and it's like some amount of time later, and they're still doing it.
Hell
And I just like,
yeah.
oh my god. But they just like instantly like they're like a pair immediately. It's so good. And then the other one is Zeb and Callus. The fact that they're just married at the end of that show.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like, it's so weird because it's like Callus thinks Callus was like there for, he's like in one of the first episodes he's like, I genocided your whole people.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then it's like one season later it's like these two are gonna be boyfriends.
Yeah. Like the whole
They're on an ice planet together and it's cold and they cuddle. And then and then Callus is like been recruited into the rebellion. Zeb's like they're asking like when did Callus become good? And Zeb's like, I guess I might have accidentally recruited him when we were on that ice planet.
Yeah, he
We fell in
recruited
love.
all right.
And then Callus went home
Fucking-
to his Imperial thing and nobody cared and he was sad and lonely.
Yeah.
He missed Zeb.
Fucking uncovering his eyes to be like, you didn't kill everybody.
And there were 2 left, plus this whole other planet that's basically just a different group of people. It's like, yeah, there were people of this race living in another country, so you didn't kill all of them.
Got him.
It doesn't really make it feel better, but they did they had to pull it back on how responsible he was for it.
Yeah.
He's like, I know I said I was in charge, but really I fought one of the cool guys and I beat him, and he was like, oh, you're so cool. And he gave me his weapon. It's like, really, I had a lot of respect for them, for their people and their culture. That's why I have one of their weapons.
Yeah.
It's such a weird face turn for that character. It's one of those, you just feel like they like the voice actor, so they're like, well, we gotta make this guy a good guy so he can stick around.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Not
better.
just get owned every week.
It's better than see, that's the good way to do it, as opposed to Gunsmith Cats, where it's like, man, I like this character, I'm gonna fuck all of the good people.
Mm-hmm.
What if you just had them become good? Imagine.
No, then we get Thrawn, who's actually a good villain.
God, I love Thrawn so much, dude. They do
His
him so
the
well.
fact that he's just always one step ahead. Every time the good guys win, he's like, ha, that's great. I love it. He's just they blow up a Star Destroyer, and he's like, that's perfect. That's a win for me.
Excellent.
And also, he's his art is a superpower. Don't leave your art around him. He's gonna fucking read your entire fucking
Dude,
he's gonna know everything about you.
it's so fucking good. I just love him so much. He's out here. See, he understands that it's the love of the game, right? Even if his adversaries are ahead, everybody loves a comeback. You gotta lock in. He's all about locking in. And just
that one guy's like, you should throw that trash, and he gets fucking furious.
Oh my god, he gets so fucking mad.
Kill that guy.
Yeah,
you
dude.
disrespect art.
God. Also,
the way he just fucking hates people who are stupid.
oh yeah, dude, zero
the
tolerance.
people below him who are make mistakes or get owned. And he's like, you disgust me.
I can't find. I forget who his fucking voice actor is. Oh, there we go. Lars Mikkelsen. Yeah, he crushes it.
That scene where you just see him shirtless fighting dark troopers.
The people were
For a
begging.
workout.
That scene was critical. Okay, Thrawn is shirtless. Thrawn is the key to all of this.
So once Thrawn gets in, because the thing I also love about Thrawn is it makes the fight about the rebellion versus the Empire, not about the Jedi versus the Sith. Mm-hmm. Which are 2 different tracks that both exist in Star Wars, and I like it when they're both represented.
Yeah, sure.
But he made things more interesting because he their stupid kid show plots. He sees right through them. Their shit just doesn't auto work every time.
Yeah.
Also, there are times when Chopper plugs into a thing and gets shocked, and it's fucking R2-D2 would never.
Look, it's just bad luck,
they fucking
man.
hack Chopper in that one episode.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
You have evil Chopper, and AP5 is he's being nice. This is fucked up.
Hell yeah, dude.
He's apologizing, nice. And AP5's I don't trust it. I don't trust it. This is sus. This is sus behavior. And at the end of the episode, like Chopper legit apologizes, and they're like, I don't know, this doesn't seem like real Chopper. Then he fucking hits like him in the fucking knees. It's like, all right, he's back, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, Chopper is great. He's such a good, like, I mean, feels like it's not, I was going to say comedic relief character. It's not really quite that, just given how everybody else is. But he's like a silly character, you know?
Yeah, but he's also like, as MVP as R2-D2. Like,
yeah.
he's doing the fucking work.
Yeah, yeah.
And that AP5 episode, like, that it starts with, like, he sees a leg that would like replace his mismatched legs, and everyone's like, "No, the mission's important." And he's like, "Fuck it, that's what all I care about in this world. Give me the fucking leg." And then he like gets on a fucking whole ass mission by himself. It has to like it beats AP5 and like hijacks an imperial freighter, just like on his own, finds his way home. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. But like, that Thrawn like figures out like, oh, this fucking droid all these times. It's their secret weapon.
Yeah, dude.
That shit's so good. That shit's so good. I love all the main characters. Although Sabine gets the short shrift for sure. They just don't know what to fucking do with her ever.
Yeah.
Like the way I described it to you is she's like a if someone made their tabletop role playing character, they came up with like all this cool like stacks on stacks of cool backstory or whatever. It's about she loves art bombs or whatever, but has like none of the stats to back any of it up, and like her rolls are bad. Like even when they set her up for stuff, she just fucking gets owned.
Dude, when she gives the Darksaber to Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
That I remember being like absolutely, because they made such a big fucking, I mean, anytime the Darksaber shows up, they make such a fuss about it being earned through combat. Not only in this, like in general.
They don't in this. They only really start that afterwards, I guess.
Really?
Like in Mandalorian, it's a big thing.
Maybe I'm just.
But
like,
in this, it doesn't come up really.
I was still like mad about.
Even in Clone Wars, it didn't come up. It's just that Maul gets it.
Maybe I was just projecting that retroactively.
Wikipedia pilled.
Yeah.
They like don't ever talk. They like.
I remember
because it's like just not a thing. Like fucking Ezra finds it in Maul's lair and just uses it.
Look,
and then Sabine is possessed by a fucking in that same episode. Sabine is possessed by a ghost of a Dathomir witch. And then she's like her possessed form is using it, and then Ezra's using it again at the end or whatever. And then Kanan just has it, and then they give it to Sabine. It's just like all over the place. Like none of those people and Sabine, as soon as she has it, she's immediately trying to pawn it off to somebody else and just give it to someone else. She's like, I really don't feel like this is my thing. I'm gonna be the person that finds the person this is for. And so she gives it to Bo-Katan, who like just fucking loses it off screen or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like she didn't win it in combat, so it's not real.
But
in like Mandalorian, in the live action stuff that it's in, they emphasize that you have to win it in combat, and like if you didn't win it in combat, it's like heavy and you like can't wield it. Whereas like people are just fucking flailing it around like it's a normal lightsaber in these shows.
Yeah, no, there's
Clone Wars
like no
and
issues with it.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we didn't
they just
have
like
that...
which I think is a bigger problem with all the Mandalore stuff, Clone Wars and Rebels and the live action stuff. Like Dave it's like they don't have an idea. They like change their whole idea about what Mandalore is like every time they come back to it. It just like is like different stuff. It doesn't feel like it built out. It feels like it's the Mandalore we see in Clone Wars is just a different place than the Mandalore we see in Rebels.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And then combined with like Mandalorian stuff, right? Like it's all these different fucking ideas locked into one.
Yeah, and like part of like the idea there is like there are all these different clans that have their different ideas about what it is to be Mandalore. But like as a thing that you're watching in a TV show, like they didn't make that work.
Yeah.
It's just inconsistent. And like the thing of like Sabine just not wanting to talk about herself for like 2 seasons or whatever. So you just don't know her real backstory for like they're holding back on her in a way they don't hold back on any of the other characters. So
there's no payoff. There's no good payoff.
Yeah. Because the payoff is she wields the Darksaber for like a week and then she hands it off and leaves.
Someone gets the fucking sword and they give it away, me screaming while unable to stop it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But her design is so cool. Like her shell is fantastic, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she definitely looks cooler than Ezra.
Yeah.
And she's not, but like she doesn't have like even enough like negative traits. It's just that she kind of sucks, or like she just gets owned, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas Ezra is like actively a fucking terrible person a lot of the time.
And
but
he
like
gets the
that's
gun
his
sword.
character. And then it breaks, and then he builds a regular sword because he grew up. It's not a gun sword; it's a slingshot sword because he like, incorporated his slingshot into it.
Brother, whatever.
It doesn't shoot like bullets; it shoots those little like slingshot pellets that stun people.
Whatever. Gun sword. Sword gun.
Also, the
blade.
way they could have fixed Sabine is if she just murdered people, but the fact that they also give her the thing where she doesn't want to kill anyone really undercuts the whole thing of like being a Mandalorian. Like it's so hard to say I'm a warrior culture person where we fucking have duels to the death to determine who leads us. But I won't kill anyone. Also,
Yeah.
I made the super weapon that kills Mandalorians specifically because I just have too much backstory. I was also a bounty hunter for a year, even though I'm like 16 somehow.
Oh, that's the classic,
My like
dude.
my childhood my like bounty hunter best friend is fucking like 40 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like some of the weaker writing beyond like stupid. There's some stupid one-off episodes that are Hondo nonsense or whatever.
I can't believe you just said Hondo nonsense.
Well, I don't remember that other guy's name.
I don't know who you're referring to.
Fucking As Morrigan.
I don't even remember who the hell that would be.
He's like he looks like a fucking Adventure Time character.
How do you spell it?
Azmorigan. As Morrigan.
Oh, this
He's played by James
fucking
Hong.
guy.
Yeah, he like fucking Lando sells Hera to him in his first episode, and then later he's just like, yeah, it's As Morgan and Hondo, and they're here to do a thing. It's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
He like has perpetual drool coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, curse. That's probably why
So
I wrote
they
him
could
out
just
of my
do
memory.
Stupid fat jokes that are not funny or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's one of the that's like one of the Hondo nonsense episodes I think of.
But Hondo is cool.
He's not cool.
Hondo is fun. There.
One of his early Clone Wars episodes about him like selling children into slavery.
Look,
He's not a good person. So it's weird that
whatever,
like,
man.
yeah, Hondo. Everybody loves Hondo. He has a ride at Disney World.
Yeah, he's like a funny guy. He's, it's Hondo. Don't look into what I've done that much.
Problematic past Hondo.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Ezra just has a lot of uncles. He has a collection of uncles. It's like what a lot of Rebels is. And many of them are problematic uncles.
Yeah.
One of those uncles is Rex. Somehow I didn't know Rex was in the show, and when he showed up, I was so happy. Like, hell yeah.
Really nice. I mean, yeah, it's a good,
Yeah,
I mean,
somehow I was like, oh,
it's
Rex is in Bad Batch. She's not in Rebels. Ahsoka's in Rebels. I didn't think Rex was also in Rebels.
Yeah.
And he's like in Rebels. He's like one of the main characters once he gets introduced.
Dude, it made me so happy.
Ezra gets to win the Clone Wars in that one episode. There's like a tactical droid on a base who's just like been stewing about how the Separatists should have won the Clone Wars. And he's like, all right, we're going to play a fucking war game. It's 2 Jedi and Rex versus my droid army. And Zeb's like, well, I'm not going to play your game. And he's like, correct. There were none of your species in the Clone War. You're the fucking prisoner. You don't get to play. And then Ezra is the first person to say, really, you both lost the Clone Wars. The Empire won. And they're like, oh. And the best bit in that episode is that after that, the tactical droid goes, yeah, and I've calculated you have a 1% chance to beat the Empire, so I'm out. Peace. He just leaves. He does not join the rebellion.
Yeah, no, man.
Which is sad.
A little shitty unit like them.
Get some tactical droids. Get some fucking Roger Rogers in the rebellion. Come on.
Nah.
I love those droids.
Yeah, they're endearing. They're idiots, but
like, it's just that so many of their scenes in their first movie were shared with Jar Jar Binks, but they're great.
That's why you had to see. That's why you had to watch Clone Wars the movie. That was like for me. That was they put a lot of personality into them in that like immediately, and I remember like I'm like that was pretty like they were pretty funny.
They were basically fully formed in Phantom Menace with their jokes and stuff.
Yeah,
and like
they just got
that
more.
They're gonna get owned.
Yeah,
and then saying. And like having emotions.
Was it?
Fucking...
Man, was it? It probably was Phantom Menace. I remember being real little, so maybe it was Phantom. The first time that you hear one of them say like "uh-oh," like they just know probably. That it's like bad times.
Yeah. They're supposed to be modeled after the Geonosians, but I don't think they look like anything like the Geonosians, and the Geonosians have fucking wings.
Well, the wings weren't in the budget, man.
These fucking bug people. And the one Geonosian we see in Rebels really doesn't look like a battle droid, because he's just this weird little guy. that's just here to get bullied by Saw Gerrera. Like they go to Geonosians, and all the Geonosians. It's after the Empire has like killed all the Geonosians because they've moved the Death Star.
Yeah, they used
construction site.
Yeah.
And there's just this little fucking Geonosian thing, and Ezra calls him Click Clack, so his name's Click Clack forever because he doesn't speak Basic. And they can't understand him, and he has like a queen egg. And Saw Gerrera like points a gun at the queen egg because he's just fucking insane. He's like just cartoonishly a dick in that episode.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
Wasn't there a thing with it? Wasn't there an episode? I thought there was an episode with the queen.
No,
or something. Was there any of that in Clone Wars? Like something with a Geonosian, like.
Maybe in Clone Wars.
Maybe misremembering.
Before they were all killed. I don't know, there's some scene with that Geonosian queen, but it's not in the show.
Okay. We didn't mention this, but I watched Rebels a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, and I did not do like any level of refreshing on it. So I'm a little rusty on some bits. A lot of the one-off stuff I just don't really remember that well.
Mm-hmm. And you hate the Inquisitors for some reason, right?
They haven't hit for me. What did I feel like I managed to figure out my thoughts when I was messaging.
Well, for me, it's entirely sold on the voice performance for the Grand Inquisitor and then the voice performance for the Seventh Sister or whatever, the female one in season 2. Like those two in particular have very good voice performances, and like Kanan's final fight with the Grand Inquisitor is good Kanan stuff. Like he gives Kanan a good fight where he thinks Ezra's dead, and so he's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that." What? Because now you have nothing to fight for? No, because now I have nothing to fear, and then he just fucking owns him.
Yeah, man.
He has his lightsaber and Ezra's lightsaber because it's one of these shows.
Yeah, no, of course.
And then there's that weird scene where they're in the Jedi Temple and Kanan has like a vision where he's like talking to the Grand Inquisitor as like how he was before he became evil, because he was like he was one of the like guard knights at the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
That you see in Clone Wars. Although apparently, according to the fucking staff, that's not him. That's just Yoda, like, making Kanan see a vision of that guy. Which is not in the text.
Weird.
But that's their explanation. Because that guy's not a Force ghost, right? Like, only, you had to go to the special mission to become a Force ghost. So it can't be that guy.
Right.
But it's cooler if it was just that guy.
Of course.
It's just, that's a weird bit of like, why did you make the show that way then, if this is what you thought? You did this.
Look, nobody likes sticking to their fucking canon. So,
yeah, I don't know. Well, and that's the thing. You need the person who comes up with the lore, and then you need the person to make the thing based on that lore, because they'll have way more reverence for the lore as lore than the person who came up with it, who's just like, this is some shit I thought up.
The problem...
That's why you can't let George make Star Wars. You need Dave to make George's Star Wars, but you can't let Dave make Dave's Star Wars either.
So, this is the problem. Disney said we're going to have one unified canon. It's going to all be coherent and sensical and not, like, cancel each other out or overlap in weird ways and all of that. And then they proceeded not to just, like, spend Disney money on, like, I don't know, 3 people to, like, track that shit. Just keep them locked up in a room, like, poring over any new shit. They do have
lore masters.
Well, they're ass at their job then. Boom. Yeah, I don't, like, whatever. That shit was going to happen anyway. The fact that they were adamant that it would not is very funny. Because even at the time, it's like, bro, come on. That this is just gonna look bad. It
Again,
might be
Dave
tomorrow.
can't even make Ezra not have animal powers in his own show he's making.
Yeah.
Sometimes the tides of history are just against you.
Before we get too far from it, I did find my
Yeah.
Inquisitor's comment for anyone curious.
Okay.
And I think it's fairly, because I was like thinking about it. Like I've known for a while that I haven't liked them. Like they never really hit for me when I was watching these shows, and they haven't really hit since. And when I messaged you about it, I said they don't hit as far as characters or style go. I thought maybe they're kind of like how I didn't like how there's so many surviving Jedi, or like a curse of knowledge thing or whatever. And I don't know. I just didn't like them. I did think they were an invention of like these shows in this era, but apparently they were in Legends for like ages as well. But I didn't know that. I mean, I don't like them regardless, though. I don't know any other examples really. And then I decided that I think it's more of a numbers thing. Cause like I'm cool with like a Sith apprentice, right? Or like having like the side apprentice in case the real one is not good enough for something, or like Vader having Star Killer. Like I'm chill with that.
Yeah, but there aren't that many of them in new canon.
There's
like
like
in Legends canon,
them.
there was an infinite number. There were
100,000.
There are under 20, and
No,
there
it's
are
16. It's 16 in canon, and it was 43 in Legends.
Yeah, sure. The
That's
Legends, it was
still-
like look under any rock and we'll find a new Inquisitor. But so the thing I like about them is that they suck. Like they don't. I like
sure.
I like how they are in Clone Wars because they don't get the Sith powers. Like I don't like. There's just extra like all these guys. They're Sith, but they're not. They're like they're just branded differently. That I don't like. These are just guys
really
with red lightsabers who have some Force powers, like basic ones, who have just been fucking tortured by Vader. Like his training for them is like if they piss him off, he cuts off their arm.
Yeah.
So they're like mostly robot. They're also like heavily droidified because they are like a lot of their stuff comes from tech. Like they can't do the spinning lightsaber move that Maul does, where he like rotates it with his hands. It's just like an automatic button they press on their lightsabers where they spin and turn into helicopters.
Yes.
Oh, which is very silly. Their helicopter is like, okay, this show. There's so much of Rebels that is like written by people who played with Star Wars toys as kids, and it like wants to represent that aspect of the show in it. Like the troop carriers, which is also like the prison like things they just have slots for action figures on the sides of them where it's like a little door and like their head is sticking out.
Yeah.
It's like this is just an action figure.
Hell yeah,
that
dude.
existed back in the day. And that shit's funny. There's like interviews with them saying, "Oh, we get to play with the toys." Talking about Rebels. Because it's like the people that are working on the show are old enough, like, but the thing they care about is like original Star Wars iconography stuff, because that's what they had when they were kids. So there's like a level of like nostalgia, reverence for that stuff. So I like the fact that, and I like when like Kanan's not a fucking real Jedi, right? Like he did not have full training. So he has trouble with the Grand Inquisitor because the Grand Inquisitor like knows all the good sword moves. And like Kanan just is like trying to hang on. But like eventually does beat him. And then you have these other two and they're like, it's two of them. And one of the first scenes is like Ahsoka showing up and just fucking owning them. And I like that.
That's good.
Yeah, they're not that good. Yeah.
That's just good shit.
Yeah. They use them a little too much in that second season, I think. Again, the second season I think is the weakest season. But But then, like, I don't know, like, fucking Maul just fucking murders the Seventh Sister. He's like, fucking force grabs her. He's like, Ezra, kill her. And Ezra, like, what? I know. He's like, fine, I'll do it. And she's dead. Like, it's just honestly kind of a waste because, like, I like that voice performance a lot. So, but, like, that's all the Inquisitors a little. I don't get having a dislike for them other than that, like, season 2 is kind of weak. But
I don't know. They're just
fine.
It's not like a true dislike.
I like on the tier list. They're just not that high. It's fine.
I didn't come on. I was looking. I'm like, how strong did I lead with this? Because sometimes I'm like, this is fucking awful. But in my head,
it's just
I'm
that
like,
you're.
it's not that bad.
It's more that you're so outsizedly high on things with swords usually that the fact that you're like, yeah, they kind of suck. I'm like, that's weird. They have swords. They have laser swords though, Ben.
See, but that's like. Generic enemy in Conan the Barbarian also has a sword. There's two. They feel too. Not. I don't know. There's too many of them, and there doesn't have to be a lot for there to be too many.
But did you feel that way in season 1 where there's just one of them, where there is the Inquisitor?
Yeah.
Like, because he's presented as he's the only one initially in that show.
I mean, I think yes. Because I knew, like, about the Inquisitors, right? Or when did they... Because they were there in Clone Wars, right?
No.
No?
They're not in Clone... There's no Inquisitors in Clone Wars.
I don't fucking know, man. It's been, like, 6 years.
It's like Ventress or whatever. Like, there's people training... There's Sith Lords training up people, but they're not Inquisitors until Vader era.
Why is this page in Wikipedia called Inquisitorius? Oh, because that's like their official, like the Inquisitorius program.
Sure.
I want to see appearances. Because where did I first fucking see this? Why don't they have like rebels on here? When the hell did we when did we start reading Darth Vader?
A million years ago.
What was the fucking timeline? Did I do that before Rebels? I don't think so.
I have no.
I honestly can't remember if I truly disliked the first one even. But
I will say all the Inquisitors are in the live action Obi-Wan show, and they're terrible. That was my introduction to these characters, and that was a terrible introduction. Mostly just like they look bad. Like their makeup is just not. The Grand Inquisitor's makeup just looks fucking like ass. In that, and he's so much he's like immediately a million times cooler in Rebels, which is partially why I'm like more, I would say, high on it, because the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels I actually think is like, compared to what like I saw of him previously, he was S tier. Like it just made comparison. It was like, comparing movie Darth Maul to Clone Wars Darth Maul.
You know what? They appear in I found the timeline. I found the fucking timeline.
Okay.
They appear in Darth Vader. And I did read Darth Vader before doing all of Rebels or doing any Rebels. Because I have a message that I sent you in fucking 2018. And it's Star Wars comics that I've read so far, and it's Star Wars Darth Vader, volumes 1 through 5.
I think that's where it shows like his
wherever.
training for the Inquisitors is just him cutting their arms off or whatever.
Yeah, and I specifically say that I have the Star Wars canon comics, but I haven't read them because they were tied to Rebels or something, so I hadn't touched those. I don't remember that fucking comic at all.
No. Did we read the Kanan comic? Did you have me read that?
That's a good question. We do have that one.
Because I certainly don't remember it, but I feel like I might have read it and go, "This is mid," or whatever. Like this means nothing to me.
Yeah, let's see. Or no, that would be that should be in our doc in the little archives.
It's in
section.
like that stuff's in the archives somewhere in there, I think.
Yeah. We did do Kanan, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I don't.
I remember thinking it was. I remember it meaning nothing to me.
I don't even remember.
Why would I care about
I don't
this?
even remember reading
any
thoughts or
and
feelings.
I know it's. I don't even remember, but I know it's his like backstory stuff, which I don't even think I find that interesting now. Like, even though I love that character, but it's like I love him. Really, I want just more blind Kanan adventures as much as anything. Like, once he gets blind, that's when he's a fucking G.
Oh yeah, dude, 100%.
Because his willingness to just go on an adventure, and like we gotta play it by ear, you know?
Yeah,
It's just so good.
Oh, he's great. There's 2 non-canon Inquisitors.
Non-canon. Okay.
It just doesn't even. They don't even have names. This looks like maybe it's from. Were there Inquisitors in the There weren't Inquisitors in the 2003 Clone Wars, were there? No, this isn't.
No, there's
comic,
Ventress
I
and
Yeah.
what's his face? Grievous.
One of these looks like it's a. Like from
Which
a
is like
game.
basically the same kind of idea, right? Like, I don't see the Inquisitors as strictly different than like these different Sith have like their own plays and stuff. It's just that like Vader and Palpatine, now that they've won, they're like, what if we just had a fucking squad of shitty guys, but also Vader makes sure they all suck. None of them are a threat.
I know where these two are from. They're who they were killed by is linked in the notes, and I recognize both of these. One is an Inquisitor from the Astro Boy Star Wars Visions episode, and the other is from, I think it was season 2. It's the for lack of a better way to describe it, the one that was done by the Indian studio.
Okay.
The blue guy.
I don't remember that at all. But I don't remember much of season 2. Because that shit, I thought it was mid, and it just didn't stick with me. It didn't hit very hard.
Yeah, I don't recognize it. The Inquisitors look like vaguely familiar. As soon as I clicked on them, like I recognized the little Astro Boy and the other character. But
yeah. So working up the tier list of people with swords, who also still kind of suck, there's Darth Maul.
He's great though.
I love this version of Maul, but he gets no W. His only W is he beat Pre Vizsla in Clone Wars. That's his only win. It's just L's for Maul since then.
Which is so funny because like he's done so well.
His voice, it's all the like voice performance is so fucking good.
Yeah, Sam what's his name? Sam Whitaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely like crushes it.
I love how like manipulating he is until he starts talking about, but I deserve my shit. It's just like he's so fucking petulant and like selfish. I was wronged. But also like all he's after is he just really wants to kill Obi-Wan. He's so mad he got cut in half.
He's
because he's too scared to fight the Emperor. The Emperor's too scary.
Where does Maul does Maul die in Rebels?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to think. I know the scene, but I'm like questioning my sanity. Like,
so that was the one thing of Rebels I had seen was that fight
I just
with
like
Obi-Wan. Which when I saw it, I was like, "This people like care about this. This is nothing."
The reason that's why people care about it, honestly,
Yeah.
because at that point we were so fucking done with like flourishes that it's like, oh, just a straight up like an actual fucking sword fight of like a couple clashes and then someone's dead.
Well, you know the thing with it, right? Do you know the thing?
I know things. I don't know if I know a thing. Try me.
So the move Maul does on Obi-Wan.
Oh,
is
it's the
just
same. The Qui-Gon move.
yeah, it's the move he
Qui-Gon.
did on Qui-Gon, and then Obi-Wan just completely fucking counters it.
Yeah, like it's not. Yeah,
Which is like, oh, that's like a hair bit too clever because it doesn't read to me at all watching it.
That's because
But
you
when
don't
you explain
fucking
it to
know.
me, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I didn't need that explained at all. I had that shit locked in.
Oh,
Sword fight? I recognize that shit.
look, I subscribed to the
think
Samurai Jack school of action where to see something hit on a TV show, you just show it like 3 times in a row.
Oh, hell yeah.
If it's cool. You just do it, you do it again, and then you do it again. Like, then it'll stick in my brain. Then it's memorable.
You know what
if you just do a quick thing once, that's just not going to stick.
You know what the
It's going
most
to glide right off my smooth brain.
You know what the most recent thing I've seen of like a triple take thing happening on a show that's
What?
in my head? Fucking Akane's hair getting cut and ran by half. In the new one. The new one, they do like the triple
Yeah.
from like 3 angles. And
Hell yeah,
everyone's like,
dude. That's what it's about.
God, the fucking... what a digression, but man, what a good fucking scene. Just in the middle of fighting, and then that happens, and everybody's like, fuck.
Another good one just off my head is Goku using the Kamehameha against Kefla in the Tournament of Power. After he's like surfed on her blast.
Oh, I don't remember that triple take.
Yeah.
Guess I gotta watch all of Super again. Damn, you got me. Oh no. Yeah, no, that shit's good.
Yeah, but Maul like playing Ezra by pretending to be old.
I
So
love that.
funny.
I love that, man. It's just like
Ezra's such an idiot. I love that when Ezra is like falling with the Sith holocron, Maul is clearly just force pulling the holocron. And then he's like, then he grabs Ezra at the end. He's like, fine. But he's really just trying to pull the holocron.
yeah.
He's so petulant. But like, he like fights Kanan and like blinds him and then immediately gets owned.
Yeah,
Like he's only made Kanan more powerful. And it's like that episode is also so overstuffed because they have to like they introduce Maul, but then they have to get rid of him to clear the deck for Vader. Because you can't,
Yeah, I was about
you
to
can't put
ask.
Maul and Vader in the same room because Vader will just fucking wipe the floor with him. Like it's not a thing.
How'd you find the Vader fight?
As far as it being the confrontation between Ahsoka and Vader, it's disappointing, I think.
Sure.
Like it's when he gets his mask blown off and he's like fucking Ahsoka or whatever, like that's cool.
Yeah.
It is cool.
But
it
that's
is
like the
also so
moment, but
weird
there's also
how
the-
different a character evil Anakin is from Vader. They're so different. They have such different vibes. Vader is all about being restrained and holding back, and Anakin is all the way out there
It's
at all times.
I think we maybe touched on it a tiny bit in the Clone Wars episode, but it is very strange what they decided. I mean, this is going back to the prequels, right? Like, it's very strange what they decided to do with Anakin. Because,
Yeah.
like, they know where he ends up.
They know
It's like
where
they didn't give
it's
any-
going, and you just don't.
They didn't
you
care
get
at all.
there. They
Yeah.
like drew a line and like question mark Vader.
Yeah.
And they papered over that with, "Where is Padme? Is she safe? No." Like, that's the duct tape on that, and it's like, that was not good duct tape.
No.
That's not enough.
Honestly, there was so much opportunity too, because they had like episode, like they had to do it in like between episode 2 and 3, or like over it, not between them like literally, but like end of 2 into 3. Like, you could have had that character. I mean, even like off the top of my head, very little thought into this. After he kills all of the Tusken Raiders, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That could have been like a moment to have him transition into showing restraint. Like, he realizes that he's too passionate about stuff, so he way overcorrects and goes into like, I'm feeling nothing, and then like have that unravel somehow, and like get him. I could see that turning into a path to get him to Vader, but like they don't. Like, he's just the same fucking character in 3.
No, and it's like three whole different problems. It's one, Anakin is all emotion on his sleeve, feeling too much. Vader is, which is like just the opposite of Vader, who is cold and unfeeling. But also like the motivation for why he turns evil also doesn't. It's like it sits in between them is another thing that doesn't work or make sense.
Yeah,
it's such a hard problem. So then when they what I want from like an Ahsoka confrontation is to work on bridging that stuff with having Anakin Vader like have a conversation to like try and work some of that out, and I get none of that. That's not there.
Yeah.
It's still better than Vader fighting Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan TV show, though. So,
wouldn't know. Would not know. I was like, that was one I was kind of ready for, because I was like, man, they're bringing the boys back. Like, I might have to do it, and then everyone, like, I didn't do it immediately, and then everybody was like, eh. I'm like, well, I'm not coming back for There's still so much Dragon Ball content I haven't seen. I don't need to come back to this.
Yeah, it's fair. There's just other stuff to do.
Yeah.
There's 2003 Clone Wars to watch.
That's true. That one, spoilers for future episodes. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's literally like 2 hours. So like, it's not a huge commitment. So.
Yeah, Darth Maul. Yeah. It's just his ambitions are so fucking pathetic. He just wants to kill Obi-Wan, and he's like he's not good enough.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't gotten any better, and Obi-Wan's fucking gotten better.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't fucking lock in at all.
But it is a thing where like that scene, even watching it in the context of the show now, still kind of doesn't hit. What honestly hits is like hearing someone explain to me what was good about it. Like, I don't remember. It must have been a fucking TikTok or something I looked at. Because I don't remember who it was. If it was Maul's voice actor talking about it, or it was one of the producers, like Paulo, I think is his name. Like not Dave, the other producer. I don't remember who it was. But just the idea that like Maul thinks he's encountered this washed old man, but actually he's come up with a master Jedi who's at like the most important post in the universe. It's like,
yeah, no, I love that scene so much.
Like,
or that fight.
When you put it that way, it's like, oh yeah, that hits when it's explained. But watching it in the TV, I'm like, why did we have Ezra come all the way out here to be told, fucking go away, kids?
Yeah.
Like, the way it has to sit within the context of this television show, with, like, Maul as a recurring villain, I just don't... it's just kind of doesn't quite work. Because Maul is they're so cool, and they've like worked so much up to him, but he's like still completely pathetic. Like he's not Thrawn.
Just look. Sometimes you put 10,000 hours into League of Legends, and you're still like plat or whatever. Like not everybody can get there.
I know, but like when he was doing his crime lord thing in Clone Wars, it was so cool of him like scheming.
Yeah,
and like
he's a schemer. He's not.
Yeah, well that's the thing. He's good as a schemer, but his whole character in the original movie he's in was as the best sword fighter.
Yeah.
And he's just like not. He's like he was. He won one. He got one U show, and then he got immediately hurt, and he was washed. He never got to Ozeki ever again.
Yeah. Look, man.
You know,
life comes at you fast.
It's hard to be a professional athlete after your legs get cut off, you know?
Unless you're a rock climber, in which case it is a major advantage.
You should have taken up rock climbing.
You would have been crazy at it. Minus the
it's just
spider
like in the
era.
world where, like, you know, as someone who doesn't have reverence for that fight with him and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan in Phantom Menace, the idea that, like, his big climactic thing is just getting owned by Obi-Wan again is pretty fucking weak. It's not turning me around on that one.
I never liked that fight too much. Even though I was a little, like, I was in the sweet spot, right? I was like 5, maybe 6. And
well, it's just cut to hell in that movie.
It pisses me off that
they don't let you just listen to Duel of the Fates in the movie. They like play a little bit of it, and then we're cutting to Anakin, or we're cutting to Jar Jar.
Yeah, that and
so,
then
like it doesn't hit for me because like there's like I didn't know that song was great until I listened to it outside the context of that movie.
See, the thing that does it in for me in the movie is the stopping, like the literal like those red gates like coming down. I hate that.
They just go through the fucking metal detector doors.
Yeah, it's just so lame. It throws the whole thing off.
Yeah, particularly because you have fucking Duel of the Fates there. Like, it should be an easy layup. The song you have here is great. Just fucking score have a fight scored to this.
I just fucking realized
and like
something.
They kind of fuck it up.
You know,
IMO.
I'd never thought about it. It's been like 25 years. Never thought about this once. They literally like use force speed at the beginning of the movie to like Sonic the Hedgehog down the hallway. That wasn't a possibility. Like both of them did it. They were both doing it. I've never thought about that before.
Never again.
Never thought about that.
That never happens in Clone Wars
in
or Rebels.
25 years. I've never once made that connection of like they could have just like sped through those gates. There was nothing stopping them.
No one ever thought that was cool, so it never happened again.
Yeah, running fast sucks.
Jumping high
is
that's cool.
That's prime.
It's so in the fucking in the Geonosis episode, it's so funny to think about like Kaden like pulls like a bridge of rocks so that Saw and Rex can get across. And then he just fucking jumps the whole thing.
Hell yeah,
it's
dude.
funny to think like Saw has been doing this for fucking like years. And like to him, he would just have to go around. He was just fucking trapped here. He couldn't get anywhere. No wonder he's so fucking bad. He was so tilted. Jumping, cool though.
Yeah, man, jumping rad as hell. Yeah, I don't.
But yeah, I think the show really comes together once you get Thrawn as the main villain.
He's just so
better.
good.
He's just better than the rest because he makes the plots more interesting. Because
Yeah.
he's like, he sees through the good guy's stupid plans, and he's just playing a different. He's like out here playing a different game. Like what he cares about are not the things immediately in front of him that everybody else cares about. Like he just wants to gather the rebel fleet into one place and crush it all at once.
I mean, the dude.
So he's so willing for like little losses. Those are not important to him.
Look,
It makes for better TV.
the Ghost crew has never once like studied chess. So when they make like 2 moves, Thrawn is like, "Ah, yes, the fucking quesadilla opening." Like he immediately recognizes how he's going to deal with this because he fucking is just.
Well, it's also because they're
looking
getting
ahead.
soft
It's
because
great.
all the other Imperials are
That's
just
true.
playing the
very
field
true.
in front of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And like selfishly like out to get that next bit of. There's one scene where like the Imperial had like some ship. It's like we're gonna capture the Ghost and we're all gonna get promotions.
Hell yeah.
It's like this is perfect.
Yeah, man.
Guess what? You get owned. I also like Thrawn like watching stuff. He's like, that was a great plan. It's just Captain Syndulla is so fucking good as a pilot that didn't fucking matter. It's skill diff.
Yeah.
Like there's like a scene where Sabine and Ezra have stolen the TIE Defender, and they're just fucking like, and they were like flying, like trying to escape with it and fighting these TIE interceptors.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I wonder who the other pilot was. It's like, could it be Syndulla? He's like, no, if it were Syndulla, those TIE interceptors would already be worked. He's like as good as they're doing, they're not. She would have fucking wiped them already. Which I love. It's like, yeah, Ezra's doing sick shit because he's a Jedi, but like fucking Hera, she's goated.
Yeah, man. Dude, she's so good. I love the crew in this show. Like, just
I haven't mentioned Hera's voice actress is the voice actress who played Mary Jane in Spectacular Spider-Man, and she's fucking incredible.
hell yeah.
She's so good. Also, then when she gets mad at her dad and she starts speaking with the French accent, because that's how fucking Twi'leks, that's their fucking thing. They speak English with a French accent.
Yeah. Bro, she's poison ivy.
Code switches.
She's the voice actress in Batman Brave and the Bold. She's Poison Ivy.
Hell yeah.
And Batwoman. Bro. Gotta do Brave and the Bold.
We do have to do Brave and the Bold. But I feel like we have to do Teen Titans first.
It's 65 episodes. I'll see you in a decade. I'll see you in 2030.
Well, and also we have to do Teen
35.
Titans first, which is also a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's like 5 seasons.
That's so fucking much. That now it's so funny how that went from like, yeah, we can knock that out to like, this is an insurmountable thing currently.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, man. Eventually.
Yeah, one day. And I gotta talk about my man, the Bendu.
Oh, I love Bendu.
I fucking
so
love
good.
the Bendu so much. And it's so good because I was like super frustrated by their Yoda episodes. Partially because like they have Yoda like fucking Skyping in.
Yeah.
Like he's a Force ghost. But Yoda's not fucking dead.
No,
he's just like sitting on a log on Dagobah taking fucking calls.
Yeah, he doesn't, he doesn't have to go into the office for this shit.
it's like it honestly hurts it. Whereas the Bendu is like, it's that he's like not a Jedi, so he just understands. He has a different understanding of the Force,
Yeah.
but is like into the talk, but still can talk about balance stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How you're like, and helps Kanan. But then you get fucking, and Kanan's like, you gotta fucking help us. And he's like, you motherfucker, I'm so fucking mad. I'm gonna help, but I'm not fucking gonna like it. He like turns into a storm. It's like fucking lightning storming the fucking Empire, but then also hitting the rebel ships as they're trying to get away. He's like, you fuck. I'm so mad. He brought war to my world.
Yeah.
And then they fucking Thrawn is like, fucking shoot it, and they do. He like falls as like a flaming thing out of the fucking cloud, and then he confronts it, and he's like, fuck are you? And he's like, oh, I see your defeat, like many arms grabbing at you. And fucking Thrawn tries to shoot him, and then he's just fucking gone. Oh, it's so fucking good.
Yeah. No, I love Bendu.
Oh, it's so good. And it's like the thing where the thing I really appreciate about Rebels is it gets so fucking weird at the end. Like, it's just doing stuff you haven't seen. And like, so much of my problem with like, you know, modern Disney or whatever, like media management nostalgia products, is when they will only show me the stuff I've seen before.
Yeah.
Like, they're unwilling to do new things. And Rebels is just out here like, we've got these fucking space whales. Ezra's gonna fucking go to the time travel room. Like, we're gonna do this wolf shit. It's just gonna get fucking weird. And Zeb's gonna be out here places. Like, oh no, this is good. When it gets weird, that's usually a good thing. I'm like, hell yeah. Man, so like, I really appreciate that about it, the later seasons. That it's not, instead of like just like, oh, it's this kind of weak, you know, revisiting with Maul or Vader stuff, that we like also get new shit.
I'm so
like,
glad
the show is so much
like
better
Rebels.
when it's not when it's not doing the nostalgia thing. Like when it brings back fucking Lando, or it brings in Leia, that's some of the worst stuff.
It doesn't hit at all.
No, and it's fucking, they have Billy D. Williams here, but like the way they're writing Lando is like, it's just fake Lando, like his like put on. It's not like real Lando, the way they write him.
Yeah.
And they're like unwilling, and like those characters like come in like preserved in amber, where like they can't, they just have to be like smart and good. Like Leia can't be a fucking, Leia just looks like a Disney princess. The way they designed her, and she's
such a fucking funny way to put it, but yeah, I got you.
And she's the same age as Ezra, but she doesn't feel it at all.
That's so weird to think about. I'd never really
he's born on fucking Empire Day.
Oh, I didn't put that together. That's a weird one. That's so fucking weird, dude.
He's the same age as Luke and Leia.
Ugh.
And it's so weird for, and then like that makes the Obi-Wan stuff weird. Of like, it's this kid. It's gonna fucking change the universe. Well, Ezra is here, who's been doing all this shit at the same age as Luke.
Yeah.
So that's also just weird. Like, its relationship to having to fit in between the margins of real Star Wars is like where the show's gets hurt the most, but when it gets to be its own thing, it's at its best, which is why Thrawn is so good. Like, this character who's just not in the movies as a villain, like, but he is good. Like, but has to get taken off the board before A New Hope. because he's too important otherwise, or whatever.
Yeah, he's like too.
Which is the
They
same thing with
would've
the Ghost. Like they had to end the show in a way where they weren't gonna be part of the rebellion anymore. Really,
That's like the weakness of every single one of these shows.
mm-hmm.
Like, and that's why I'm fed up with us getting content that is just. I mean, in some cases, obviously there are ways they could do this without needing to worry about like the capstone of either the end of the prequels
Yeah,
or
but the last time
end of
the last time they
trilogy.
tried to push forward, it was Rise of Skywalker. Close that door.
Yeah, but that was a sequel trilogy. Like they have a chance to do that again. Also, I trust comics to do that better than a trilogy, I guess. In a way, I don't know.
Sure.
Or I have more tolerance, maybe.
Well, that was like the benefit of old Legend stuff was there was just material that was after Return of the Jedi, and there were no movies after that they had to contend with.
Yeah, but now we're getting all this like. There's always that thing that you have to worry about where it's going, and I fucking hate that. That's like, yeah, we have to nuke
Well, like the
this thing
Ahsoka
at the
show
end.
takes place after Return of the Jedi, but it is before Force Awakens. It's still
so they
like
have to
between.
They have to
movies
think
that
about.
exist.
They have to think about like what the fuck happens to her, no matter what they do with her. Like unless I have no idea. This is not spoilers because I have no fucking idea. Unless she's still like alive, currently at the end of Rise of Skywalker, in which case they can do anything. Then fine,
Yeah.
but like. They have to have her off doing other
Look,
shit.
I will say it was weird to me that they introduced the idea of time travel and they don't like move Ahsoka to a time when she could like have freer adventures. Like,
Just
yeah,
move
time travel
everybody there.
exists. We're not gonna fucking do anything with it, but it's real.
Just have every member of the Ghost sucked into like they all sacrifice. They all agree collectively to like sacrifice themselves by going into the time warp, and then they just get to chill and have fun adventures later.
Yeah.
Like the dream.
Yeah, it's hard because like some of the most interesting stuff still is like tied into lore that Lucas came up with.
Yeah, dude.
Like it still is important to like what makes this stuff good, but it does. There are other ways in which like restriction is the mother of invention or whatever, right? Like, or however that phrase goes. Like, some of it's good and some of it's frustrating. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing I appreciate about the way Rebels works in terms of being a TV show is that it's individual episodes, so you get to have fun adventures.
Yes.
Until season 4, when it's basically one story. But it's also like it is, particularly season 1, it felt really well calibrated, where it was episodic adventures, but we're building like ongoing serialized story narrative. It's like the characters are like developing or whatever. It's season 2. The reason I don't like it is because more of the episodes felt like this was a writer came in and wrote a thing and you could stick it anywhere and it didn't matter. Like it fell into the downside of episodic adventures where it's like the episodes are frivolous and they don't mean anything, which is one of my complaints with Clone Wars, where they would like tell these big chunks of stories, but like nothing was ever building on anything, and they released it all out of order. So like it super didn't mean anything. Like to even determine what connected to stuff was like a fucking puzzle.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. But then when they start building on stuff is when it starts getting really good. And then by the end of the later seasons of Rebels 3 and 4, it's much more directly building on stuff. More often. because you have like the whole Thrawn plot, like really helps solidify like the major, like step-by-step stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd say even like season 4 is like, it's fine because it's the last season, but it is more in the, like, we are making a season of TV that is one story or whatever. It's just they have enough material to cover, like,
Yeah, they
that
get
full
into that
season.
mode.
They don't fall into the trap of like, we have 3 episodes worth of story and we're gonna make 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they have plenty. They've almost too much stuff that happens. But like ideally to me, a TV season sits somewhere. It sits in that sweet spot of like, we have room for some fun adventures, but also like slow character stuff is happening always, or whatever. Which is one of the reasons Sabine is such a frustrating character to me, because I never felt like they were building anything with her. So it was always like, hey, you take 1 step forward and 2 steps back.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Compared with everyone else.
And the fact that it ended with the space whales show up and just own Thrawn is so funny.
Dude, I love it. It's obviously a different plot variety, but like it's like the fucking alien mutant squids in Watchmen. Like, yeah, just send it.
Well, also we get the last temptation of Ezra, where like Palpatine tries to finally get him to
Oh yeah.
go to the dark side or whatever, like to travel through time to see his parents or whatever. And hey, when you write that like a normal story and the good guy decides to not turn evil, it's much easier to like write that correctly. And when he does it with Anakin, it turns out it's like, oh yeah, this is just easy dub. This is just good. I like Palpatine's like evil hologram that switches between being normal like human emperor and then evil Sith Sidious. That shit's just fun. Also, I heard it described. Someone described that Rebels is the villain is the British History Museum. Thrawn and fucking Palpatine like rebuilding the Jedi Temple brick by brick in his spaceship.
That's very funny. Holy shit. My God.
It's like I meticulously took it brick by brick and rebuilt it here. That's good.
Yeah. That's his temple.
No, it's safe.
It
from
was
you.
Hey, it was empty when he got there.
Yeah. You tried to destroy it.
Man.
His the confrontation in the fucking time room where he like brings out Ahsoka and then like Palpatine is there like rah, rah, and throwing fire at them is like kind of an anticlimax to that stuff. But
yeah.
Also, I can't believe how fucking all in on Mortis they are. They were just like talking about Mortis.
When you were messaging me, like, I can't believe they were actually saying the word Mortis.
Like, it's one thing to just like for the true heads that know, these are the characters from the Mortis episode. That's a funny like Easter egg with this art, and then they're saying the Mortis stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? People just know about that?
Yeah. No, it's a very odd, like, meh.
And it's such a thing, like you're tying like the Emperor into knowing that stuff, but it's like He's in fucking behind glass. You can't fucking actually get at him because fucking Luke has to beat him, or Vader has to throw him off a fucking balcony, so that then he can become back as a clone in the final movie.
Yeah. No, that's it's just a weird, like, look. I said it in the Clone Wars
it's a strange
episode.
property.
I just hate it. I just hate that it's there.
Star Wars is just a weird thing.
It's
a weird property that is to be owned by Disney.
But there's a
especially
whole...
like it made more sense when it was a thing that was like ultimately one guy's pet project that other people got to play in the sandbox.
Yeah.
But unmoored from Lucas, it's much stranger. Cause like Disney does not know what the fuck. Like the weirdest thing to me is like watching some of the live action shows is like this is just like Star Wars is like 4 different. Every show is like for a different audience. Like theoretically, these shows are in the same universe, but they're like all made for different people, and so some of the people who are watching it are always fucking gonna be mad about it.
Yeah. See, I think they could have just stayed the course a little bit more ish.
I mean, they just need to make better TV shows. I don't know. Like mostly my thing with Rebels is like it's just better TV than these like short season Disney Plus shows that like somehow have a crazy budget but also look like trash.
Yeah.
So they can't make enough of them to like have episodic TV adventures. So they're just like movies that are padded out to hell. But like just make TV. I don't
Yeah,
this was just TV. That's why this worked ultimately. Like I just wanted to check in with the characters every week. And that's why it was successful. Everything else is like, you can talk about it or whatever, but like core to the thing was I just wanted to check in with the crew of the Ghost every episode or whatever.
I think it also has
I just wanted to see Chopper.
It also has the problem of like, yeah, it's it's all in the same universe but like it doesn't, not everything needs to blend into each other. Like Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Ahsoka, whatever. Like I should be able, it's the same problem I have with like Marvel shit, right? Like let me watch the thing I want to watch without so much overlap.
I can't agree with that because I liked Rebels. And Rebels is like, you have to watch Clone Wars.
Yeah. Look,
but
there
like
are exceptions. I guess you know what. Let me rephrase. I can refine.
It
not
entirely,
rephrase.
look, I think you're
refine.
undervaluing just the thing being good is the important thing.
I can refine. Do a fucking TV show at a time and finish that show before doing another one. Instead of, we're going to do Bad Batch, we're going to do Ahsoka, we're going to do Andor, Mandalorian, Boba Fett. We're going to have all these fucking irons in the fire.
I think the animation team's mostly just been doing Bad Batch.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Plus the like Tales of things once a year.
I feel like it's still
like flashback things.
I feel like it's still just a lot of irons in the fire for me.
Cause
like it feels like
that was the thing. I didn't know Bad Batch is fucking 47 episodes of cartoon.
That's crazy to me, dude. I thought it got like 12 or 16 and tapped out, or 20 or whatever.
The first season was 16, and then they did another season that was 16, and then they did another season that was 15.
I probably thought it like was 32. I probably thought it was just 2 seasons.
Well, it was until February 2024.
Well, like that they weren't getting anything.
Yeah, but no, they just kept making it.
That's wild.
Or rather, well, so the first season came out in 2021. Then they made a second season was 2023, and then season 3 was 2024. So there was like a 2-year gap at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just the whole. They made a whole ass other show. It's Bad Batch is the thing, which is before Rebels,
Yeah, I mean, like, meh.
I guess. I don't know. After watching Clone Wars season 7, I'm like, hell yeah, follow up on this. Like, I actually find that time period. I want to watch Bad Batch because I find that time period interesting. I feel like it's not fully as fleshed in. The transition from the end of like the Jedi all getting murdered into the Empire first forming, rather than the rebellion first forming after that.
Sure.
I find I'm interested in that.
I'll let you take charge, and you can tell me if it's good. Because I checked it out, and it just didn't grab me. But that was also like when it was coming out, at whatever pace it did.
And like I watched the first episode of Rebels when Rebels came out, and it didn't grab me, and I didn't watch it.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Turn the tables.
But I'm more interested in Bad Batch than like the show they made after Rebels. Which was...
don't tell me. It's another R. Is it Resistance?
It is Resistance.
Yo, he's so locked in. I have no idea if that's good. I did not check it out.
So that one's set before Force Awakens.
Yeah. I didn't see anybody hating it. I just saw a lot of like, yeah, it's okay. Or like, yeah, it's good. And I just never really got to it.
Like I know the thing, people said it looked even worse.
Yeah, people said it looked bad.
But people also said Rebels looked worse than Clone Wars. So
yeah. Like that's a thing.
I do remember that. I mean, all I remember seeing Resistance was thinking it looked bad. Like in terms of animation, but
yeah,
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, maybe someday. I forget if I even.
But I'm
checked
definitely.
out an episode.
I'm like, anything that's closer to what, like that's further the future, but it's farther away from stuff George came up with, and it's more sequel trilogy stuff. So I'm way less interested in that time period.
Yeah.
It's funny. Because, like, in theory, I do just want... Like, I really don't care about prequel stuff to those movies. Like, that's not... Like, those... But it's the same thing. Like, theoretically, the cartoon could fix stuff, right? Like, that's the whole thing of these shows, right? Is like fixing the holes left by the bad movies.
There's so many holes, and that's a lot. That's a big job.
Yeah, but I fucking also thought that about the fucking prequels, and still do, kind of. So,
Yeah.
But I have no idea if it's good or not. But again, it's just like, is it good TV? Is it actually likable characters that I want to check in with or whatever? Bad Batch has the benefit of I know all those characters already.
True.
Fucking Rex is in that show. Give me it.
Yeah. I think I've heard good things about Bad Batch. Like, not like incredible things, but like the few people I've encountered who watch it have been like, yeah, it's good. I like it. It's solid.
Yeah.
So, that bodes
like
well.
for me, it was definitely like you have to have watched Clone Wars. Like, if you haven't watched season 7 of Clone Wars, what are you doing? Watch Bad Batch.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I think I'd rather watch that than Ahsoka.
Sure. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like I would watch Bad Batch first.
I started episode 1 of Ahsoka and I didn't make it through episode 1.
Hell yeah. One of us.
Before I was like, eh.
It's not the time.
I didn't even. Well, the thing is, I didn't even. It was like I was watching it, like I didn't even get to any character stuff yet. Like it was just like, yeah, this is mediocre action, because that's how this show looks. Here's some new Sith guy. I don't care. Like so, don't care about new Sith guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's doing like they just like had him do all the Vader shit. I'm like of like walking through people. I'm like, why though? I don't want that. I don't want just some other guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Star Wars exists.
It's there. They'll do stuff that entices me again.
It is funny that like there are a lot of things in the Disney era that just they just copied parts of Rebels and did it again. Like the whole jetpack thing I was thinking about that. They fly now? In like Rebels, there's just like everybody has jetpack at some point in that show. Because they're on Mandalore.
Yeah.
So all these fucking Mandalorian stormtroopers that just have jetpacks. I'm like, oh. Well, that makes this scene make even less sense. This bad joke is not even like that's not even new.
Well, it was never new.
Except
for
it's new
Finn.
to the fucking audience they're appealing to who only watches the movies. Yeah. And thought the last one was bad. That's who that movie was for.
Yeah.
But like, and like, I don't know, like the idea of like people hate the like the kid with the broom at the end of Last Jedi.
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever,
shitty.
Like
It's stupid.
that's just fucking
I'm
Ezra
people.
though.
Yeah, I don't care. It's stupid. That scene was bad. That scene was dumb as hell.
It's just there were thousands of Jedi. People could just be Jedi.
No,
Who could just have force powers.
wrong. That kid. Who's the kid related to? He's related to somebody. You know who can be Jedi? Skywalkers and Palpatines. All right. That's
Richards.
what they brought in.
What's Kanan's last name? Doom is Doom his last name?
Yeah. That's
Dooms.
fine. That's yeah.
Wolves can be force users. Wolves can use planetary hyperdrive.
Yeah.
The Bendu. Gotta have the Bendu. Every Inquisitor. Mauls. Or that's not his name. I don't know. People from Dathomir. Anyone from Dathomir.
Yeah, but you got to be like someone. Not just kid with broom. You got to be kid Carissian or whatever. Kid Solo.
Look, that scene,
Kid
I'll say is that
Skywalker.
scene's corny, but it's not like
It went
the
over
idea
the
is
top to
is
me.
ridiculous new concept in Star Wars.
Oh,
just
I'm not
people
shitting
are
on the
force
idea.
sensitive.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
just
anybody
corny.
would. I don't know a single person who is shitting on the idea. It's just that scene sucks ass. Like, it's such a terrible way of showing it.
It's just corny.
It's just dumb.
But Star Wars is corny. I don't know.
That kid's gonna grow up to become a Sith Lord.
He's gonna become Kiadi Mundi
you
too.
know his ass is gonna have 18.
He's gonna
pages
take off his
on
shirt.
Wikipedia.
And he's gonna become Fucking
do-
Kyle Katarn.
I do think probably gotta wrap up. I've been
Okay.
kind of holding this room hostage.
Hell yeah.
So, this is what I didn't take my stuff up.
You
to my
gotta
room,
find
so
out who really won the Clone Wars, you know? Gotta
True.
lock them in a room until we figure this out. Yeah, Salt Circle Podcast on social medias. At Salt Circle on YouTube. Links in the description. I'm on Bluesky at comicpanels.bluesky.social.
I said it would be an hour. It's been an hour 45.
Of course.
We cooked.
Dude, Star Wars. I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, man. 4 seasons.